And here we go. It's makaPrime against oGsSuperNova. We have the first match of the day of the King of the Hill, the Korean version of the King of the Hill, to be honest. Okay, well, let's start over with that. Game number 1, makaPrime versus oGsSuperNova. A Terran versus Terran. It's the first match of the best of 3, and as you can see, we have at the bottom left makaPrime. He just started out as the red Terran player, whereas his opponent is starting at the top right in blue. A Terran versus Terran game between probably two of the best Korean Terran players out there. Well, actually, there are a lot of really good Terran players out there, especially in Korea, but those two are definitely at the top 10. Well, anyways, it's the FXOpen King of the Hill. It's the Korean version today. Later on, we will stream the Europeans digging it out as well. And right now, let's just focus on the game itself. We have, well, the Terran versus Terran matchup evolved quite a bit in the last few weeks and months. And right now, we have Wall in for makaPrime and scouting as well with an SCV. We already saw a lot of openings with Ghosts in the old patch, and with the recent changes to the Ghosts, they are a lot cheaper now, especially in regards to gas. I think we can expect that a lot more players will use that strategy in the TVT as well. But on the other hand, I have to admit that I didn't watch that many Terran versus Terran games yet in 1.33. So, well, let's just have a look what those two players are up to. We have 2 additional barracks for makaPrime. Sorry, we have 2 barracks, not additional ones. So this is going to be another really early attack by the red Terran player. Quite interesting. And on the other hand side, we see Supernova already scouting. So Supernova is scouting with one of his SCVs. He has no idea about the barracks up there. Let's have a look at the APM average, 186 versus 297. Quite impressive. And he's just having a look into the main base of makaPrime. He sees the tech and he sees that makaPrime is playing without gas at all. This could mean a bunch of things, as well as an expansion, for example, but he knows that there could also be another barracks, and he's immediately starting to scout with his marine, and he will be a little bit too late. He's actually not scouting too far. He's just having a peek behind the bushes and is not running all the way to the back in order to scout the second barracks of makaPrime, and he is just building another supply depot. He walled off completely and is now building his marines. Let's have a look at the unit count. We have 4 marines against 1. In the meantime, Supernova is just getting the first Reapers, and this is actually quite impressive because with the Reapers he will be able to defend very, very well against marines if he is up to the task. He needs a lot of micro to do that, and he's mistaken. He thinks that his opponent is going for a fast expansion because of his no gas build, and is actually now relying on the command center, is now building a factory. He won't have any units at all in order to deal with this push, and this is quite horrible for him. I mean, Supernova is just scouting with his Reaper right now, and if he would have continued to produce Reapers, get 1 additional barracks, for example, he should have been fine. Maybe throw down a bunker, but he didn't scout the attack of his opponent. Just built the Reaper in order to get a glimpse of what's happening in the main base of makaPrime, and makaPrime is moving in. Supernova with a lot of trouble. He will be in a lot of trouble right now. There is a ton of marines for the red Terran player. 9 marines so far. As you can see, the forces of Supernova die immediately. Here's the factory, and he desperately needs a Hellion, but as you can see, he doesn't have any fighting units at all. He's losing his whole economy. This is just a brutal blow against oGsSuperNova, and makaPrime will be able to take the first game of the game on Xalnaga Caverns in this best of 3. Here comes the GG. When Supernova is leaving this game, makaPrime makaPrime with a really, really nice marine rush against his opponent, taking out all those SCVs. And yeah, well, Supernova apparently misjudged the situation here, didn't scout the second barracks, and makaPrime was just going for it. We have that Reaper in the bottom trying to annoy his opponent just a little bit. He has 5 kills so far, which is not too bad for a Reaper, but on the other hand, we have a Terran player that was able to defend against that Reaper while killing the whole economy of his opponent. So the first map goes to makaPrime.